I see 한여름에도 난 겨울 Yeah, 가요 cold-blooded Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear 제가 먼저 zero 폭설혹한 그 children 꿈에도 I wasn't aware 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해 배신감이 들어 단판이 돼도 머릿속을 흔들니 ibuprofen 그만해 it's time to stop 승부욕을 자극하는 style yeah. 알면서도 마음이 자꾸 내게 가 안만 빠져버릴까 If you want me back I'll tell you I'm sorry If you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, you got me Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah Girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold-blooded I'm like frozen 뭐야 모두 stress은 gotta let it go 했어 소개팅 데이팅 어플 다 깔아 또 보았어 반대가 끌린대 opposites attract Don't know about me and you yeah we fell into the cracks Yeah 갖고 노네 no cap 왜 나는 보여 what's happening 객관적일 수가 없이 이미 game white black and waving fast Yeah I'm leaving back but 말해도 너만 보면 나도 내 맘 I don't know 이거 love a relationship이 헷갈리기만 해 girl I'll tell you I'm sorry if you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, you got me Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Girl, you cold-blooded Yeah Girl, you cold-blooded Girl, you cold-blooded Yeah, girl, you cold-blooded Yeah Girl, you cold-blooded Girl, you cold-blooded
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on with you? It's good to see you. Glad that you're here. I see everybody's coming in. It's good to see you. Salute to Lady Navoa, to Anye, to Grace Cup. It's good to see you in the building. It has been too long since we've been on live. What's been going on with everybody? How is your new year started? How are you guys doing? I mean, you guys, if you see me on Sundays, you see me Sundays. But I haven't done an official Sir Hale Speaks live in a long time. But I've been putting in work on them reels. I know y'all may not see that, but Sir Hale been putting in works. Shout out to us. We're hitting over 1 million views in the last 48 hours. So we're really excited about that. But there's some really big things behind the scenes. And really excited about it. Before we move further, let me give a huge shout out to the engineer of this show, none other than my wife, my love. Lady Hale's in the building. Can everybody even check show some love for my wife, Lady Hale? She's on the 1, 2, 3s in there doing her thing. And she just celebrated a birthday yesterday. So to all those who wished her happy birthday, I appreciate all of you for sending her that love. So we're in for a great show today. You guys tell somebody to join in. I'm doing a show today specifically about damaged daughters. And I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this. You guys know I started my YouTube channel, I want to say, was it 2021? I did like a couple videos. I thought I was going to blow up and I was going to take over the galaxy. And that year, I think I totaled about 2,000 views. But that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about something different. 2022 lives, and I really started tackling relationships. Late 2022, we started really addressing isolated topics. And I will say that I spent most of my time talking about the issues that I saw so many women having relationships. 2023 was a bit different. So I didn't do as many lives, but it was more about relationships. And where we're at today is we're focused on talking about issues that I think are beneath the surface of some of the conversations we're used to having. All right. Now, listen, before I get into this, I want you guys to share this out. I want you guys to hit the like button. And for all of those who are watching from the clouds, come out the clouds, get into the comments. this is something that I definitely want you guys to interact with. So I'm going to react to a clip. I did a couple of reels on my channel or shorts, and one is starting to take off some steam. It's almost at 50,000 views, and the other one is almost at 30,000. And it talks about a mother, who has a daughter who was, she was SA, and because of this, and understandably so, the daughter has PTSD as a result of what happened to her. And I want you guys to understand what post-traumatic stress disorder is. From what we know, it used to be associated with, individuals who served in the armed forces. They would come home, something happened, and as a result of the violence and issues that caused some psychological issues, they came home, and it was termed as post-traumatic stress disorder. So there was some trauma. And you would see it indicated in certain movies where, like, you'll see somebody who was a veteran, right? They hear loud noises or gunshots or firecrackers. And hearing those sounds, what caused them to react is if they are in the situation that caused the PTSD. Well, PTSD has been expanded to include not only that, but victims who have been the victims of of sexual violence. And so I'm going to be responding to this because I think that this, in part, for a demographic of women, is true. Does that make sense? So we're going to react to this. But before we do, did everybody hit the like button? Did everybody hit the like button? Did everybody share this? Lady Hale, if I think this is on our Sir Hale Speaks Facebook page as well. Okay, good. Okay, guys, if you haven't shared this, share that out for me really quickly. A salute to Mr. He Said in the building. Salute to Marcus Evans. I see you in the building. It's good to see you. Lady Navoa is in the building. Salute to you. It's really good to see everybody this afternoon. So let's go ahead and get into this. I want you guys to realize this is going to be triggering for some folks, but there's some points that I want to extrapolate, and I want to hear from you as well. So let's cue up the clip. Let's go ahead and play it.
What you must do to prove emotional distress is that she did something so outrageous and abnormal that you deserve to be compensated.
So in the court setting, you will see that most people on these court shows are always suing for emotional distress. No matter what happened, somebody is emotionally distressed. Somebody talked about them. And so you hear it so often, and we can kind of downplay it. Everybody wants emotional distress. In this case, though, the judge is letting the defendant know that in order to prove her case, that there was something that was done to her that, that caused her emotional distress, she has to provide evidence that proves that point. And she's getting ready to provide the judge with a piece of evidence that's incontrovertible. You guys take a listen to this. Let's see what happens next.
Compensated because it has caused you distress, extreme distress.
I have a letter from my doctor. I have the text messages how I enjoy being molested.
Oh.
And I have the voicemail.
You sent her that, man?
I had the voicemail.
I just got finished telling you. Just like I just got finished telling you, she was still going over.
Now to hear you say she enjoyed it. You didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that part. You didn't say anything about her enjoying being molested.
Let's pause it for a second. You guys, I want you to hear what's happening here. I want you guys to hear what just happened there. The plaintiff, this is mother and daughter here. This is mother who is the plaintiff. This is the daughter. And they're going back and forth on, I think it was over some money. And the plaintiff ends up losing this case because there was some egregious comments made by the mother in terms of what the daughter experienced. The daughter is saying, if you guys look at let's rewind it a bit. I want you guys to just view the interaction between the mother as the daughter is speaking as to what happened. I want you guys to take notice, but let's rewind and play that again.
That part. You didn't say anything about her enjoying being molested.
Let's go back a little bit further.
She was still going over.
Now to hear you say
back a little bit further.
Voicemail.
I just got finished telling you. Just like I just got finished telling you, she was still going over.
Now to hear you say she enjoyed it. You didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that part. You didn't say anything about her enjoying being molested.
I was.
That's exactly what you were. I know you were.
Now,
You were going to tell me.
For a second. I want you guys to hear what happened. In a normal, healthy family relationship, when somebody communicates that there was something that has happened to them that has caused them pain, the normal, healthy response is that of compassion. And I want you guys to hear this word. We don't say it enough because we're so hardened in our society. But when somebody you love is in pain, there is something about you when you love them where you want to console. And then once you console them, make sure that they're good, there's a sort of anger that happens because now you're upset at anybody who perpetuated violence against somebody you love. In this particular setting, you see the unhealthy dynamic where the daughter is literally in tears, explaining what has occurred to her. And instead of the daughter being consoled in this moment where she is expressing some deep trauma she's experienced, mother is cold. And instead of consoling her daughter, she's simply trying to explain herself in this case. Now, to the watchers who see this, it's a very clear thing. Mother is evil and the daughter is in pain, and it's terrible. But here's the thing: when you look at this from a psychological, emotional perspective, anytime somebody can be that cold to their own child, now this is just what I've seen in my experience. I have counseled tons of people. I have coached many people. I prayed for a lot of different people. When people are cold to the issues of people they love, it's because they went through something similar and nobody was there for them. I want you to hear this. Why am I bringing this point up? It's because in our culture, in these conversations we have, it's so easy to point at how terrible these women are. And if we're looking at behavior, I mean, the proof is out there, y'all. I mean, we can say that content like mine is bashing women, but if you guys are being objective, if you guys are being honest, and you listen to what I'm saying, and don't take pieces of conversations you've heard on other places and then bring them here, if you listen to what I'm talking about, whether or not the presentation is, it's nice or not, you guys see at least the behavior is off. But if you scale back some, then you can understand why that is. It's because women are acting out of trauma that has not been addressed, and where they should have got healthy consolation from, they were left on an island to heal themselves. You guys in the comments, tell me, is this relatable what I'm saying? Have you seen this before? Have you been one of those women who has gone through a terrible time and a terrible experience, and the people you should have gotten strength and encouragement and protection from, they left you hanging? Ladies, I want to hear from you in the comments. Oh, let's continue playing.
And it's in a text message.
That she said she enjoyed it? Show it to me.
It's in a text.
Show it to me. Read where it says she enjoyed being molested. This is the worst thing I've heard in 17 years. And the doctor says this. This letter is to remind you that you have post-traumatic stress disorder.
Take a listen, everybody. This is the letter she has gotten from the therapist. Like, so the daughter, and babe, keep that sound going for me. It's important that the daughter knew she was dealing with something. And like, I was looking at some of the statistics on people who deal with post-traumatic stress disorder, and what she's dealing with fits that category. She dealt with a sexual assault, right? And so what she is feeling, she did the right thing and went to go get some help for. And I'm telling you the way that this works, because something that I haven't told people, something I've never shared with people. In my own therapy session, I've gone through something that I fit the criteria for PTSD. I had a life-threatening experience. And there were some times where certain things can happen, and if I'm not in the right state of mind, I'll relive what happened. PTSD is a real thing. And so she knows that she goes to a therapy, she has to answer certain questions. That therapist is going to take notes. And based off of the answers to certain questions that are asked, you have to go through a process to fit the criteria for having PTSD. And obviously she's done that. And I saw a comment there, what's going on, Trey? How do we have compassion for somebody you're suing? I think this speaks to the heart of where we are, is the fact that even if I'm suing somebody I love, which happens to be my child, even if the principle of what I'm suing for is correct, like, we are here because You owe me something, or you didn't. We have to deal with this. But that doesn't stop my child from being my child. That doesn't stop me from loving my child. It doesn't stop me from having compassion for something that was very real, particularly when I haven't been there to help them to get through it. Does that make sense? Yep. A salute to the intentional quiet storm. He says it's all over the internet. PTSD is no joke. I have it due to military combat, and it's a lifetime body of work to be productive man, to be a productive man in society. Absolutely, the intentional quiet storm. Salute to you, and thank you for sharing that, guys. PTSD is real, and I'm bringing this up because it's so easy in these conversations to say, "Well, you need to go see your therapist." Well, you know something wrong with her. You know something wrong. He got PTSD. He got some psychological issues. You don't know what people have been through. You don't know what's caused people to, like, no one wakes up and says, I'm going to go do something to need a psychological help and to get PTSD. No one wakes up. This stuff happens and it's beyond your control. And to the intentional, the international quiet storm's point, it's a lifelong thing. Whatever happens to you psychologically, it creates an imprint on your brain, and it doesn't go away. Take what we just said and think about this daughter who has gone through this unprotected. And now you amplify this hurt that the mother who didn't protect her in a moment of supreme vulnerability has found a way not to address that, but to sue her over something that, if you compare the two issues, is probably minuscule. Does that make sense, everybody? And so I'm saying this with you, everybody. In 2024, the chances of you finding someone who has dealt with some mental illness is higher than it has ever been before. And there's a level of compassion and grace that we're going to have for each other. I'm not saying you have to put up with everything, but I'm saying in 2024, most people have been through some stuff, and we have to have some compassion for them. Let's play a little bit more.
Catastrophic experiences you have encountered in your life, especially when you are a defenseless child. You are currently having an exasperation of this disorder after about 5 years of stability. The most likely reason for your decompensation is
I want you guys to hear what was just said. So what she's feeling at this moment where, you're dealing with mental health issues and you find yourself just crying and you can't keep it together, is oftentimes when you've gone through something, the strength of just trying to be normal again is exhausting. Come on, guys. Is there anybody in the comments that has had to go through therapy for something? Let me just pause here. Let me take a poll in the audience. Are you guys in here? Have you guys had to go to therapy because you had gone through something and just trying to hold it together to be normal, you find yourself exhausted? Like, you do good for the first couple weeks, the first couple months, but at some point it's like, man, I ain't got it in me. I can't pretend. I can't act like I'm good. I can't act, I don't have it in me to pretend anymore. I'm exhausted. If that's you, you let me know in the comments. Maybe it's not you. Do you know somebody who has been like that? People have been on top of their game. I mean, highly productive, highly successful. And all of a sudden they just drop off the face of the earth. So y'all be thinking people, people lazy, people in this age, we have gone through stuff. And because you have to be successful by 28, you have to be married by this age, you have to be this person by this, all these social expectations on top of undiagnosed and unaddressed mental health issues, people are exhausted today. Does that make sense? Yep. Brace Club says, no, not yet. Don't trust therapists. I hope that you change that, because it's important to find a therapist. Trust me, it's important to find a good one. All right. Yep. Trey says 2 hours in Iraq, combat tours, former law enforcement officer. Yeah, tons of therapy. Salute to you, and thanks for your service, Trey. All right, guys, let's play a little bit more, Lady Hale.
The manner you were reminded of your past by the person who had the responsibility of protecting you from harm.
And I said, I didn't find out nothing about you or anybody until you was an adult. That's why I said you must have liked to be.
Just shut up.
All right, pause it here. That's enough.
What you
Good
must
grief.
do to.
You got go to the very last part again. I want you guys to hear the response. The mother she's trying to give a quality explanation as to why she pretty much exacerbated the pain of her daughter and trying to explain why she said what she said. Play the last part again.
Must have liked to be.
Just shut up.
Thank you. Got back a little bit further.
You or anybody until
you from harm.
And I said, I didn't find out nothing about you or anybody until you was an adult. That's why I said you must have liked to be.
Just shut up.
Thank you. Now I want you guys to hear that. That's probably one of the worst things I've heard in my entire life. Your daughter tells you I've dealt with something horrendous, and out of anger, out of the way where she is in her mind, she thought it was okay to say, and this is why I said you must have enjoyed it. Why am I bringing this up? You guys are like, why, Sir Hale, why are you talking about this? This ain't typically, the topics you talk about. I'm doing this because this is an isolated event. This is an isolated event. This particular case is isolated. But the truth is, I think that there were a lot of women who have daughters, they didn't get their pains addressed. And there's this idea that just because one generation survived something, that the next generation should too. And I'm saying that if we don't heal our own stuff, we're going to raise damaged kids. And I think that in these conversations where we're talking about relationships and marriages, and you guys know my stance, I'm a traditional man. But beyond my tradition, people have hearts and minds. They got experiences, they have things that made them who they are today. And while it is easy to get online and have conversations, women are saying men are supposed to be this way. And men are saying women are supposed to be that way. You can't change anybody, particularly people who have had to survive stuff. And what's normal for them, if seen through healthy eyes, is completely unnormal. It's completely unhealthy. And so we're trying to have conversations telling men what they should get in a woman and what a woman should get in a man, and nobody can see themselves. And so the real task that we have is getting people to see themselves as they should, because all the other stuff is just going to be back and forth banter. That's really not going to create much success in anything. So damaged daughters, to every woman on here who has gone through things like this, you bottled that stuff in. There's no amount of money, there's no amount of success, there's no amount of men you could have, there's not enough vacations, right? All this black girl, there's no amount of external things that you can do to heal the internal wound of your heart. I'm saddened because a lot of y'all have been duped into thinking that if you just go chase the career, chase the bag, be sexually, if you do all that, then it's going to bring you happiness. Look, outside stuff don't fix internal problems. You feel what I'm saying? And I think we all got to do a better job of understanding each other. I'm not saying that we got to be each other's therapists. I am saying that we got to create an environment where you are free to exist in the reality of your experiences, so that if we're going to love each other in the context of marriage and relationships, then I get a full picture of who you are. And you're not engaging in toxic behavior under the guise of freedom, really because you're trying to soothe a pain that's been caused when you were unprotected. So with that being said, everybody, what did you guys think of this particular reaction, this video? What were your thoughts? Let's drop the link for a bit and let's see if anybody wants to call in. I want to hear from you guys. What were your thoughts on what you saw moments ago? What was your idea? Ladies in here, have you experienced this in your life? Did you feel unprotected? Gentlemen, you're welcome to call in as well. I want to hear from you. Salute to Emil's in the building. It is good to see you. I see you in the building. Mr. He says people need to humble themselves and get out their own way. 100%. 100%. Yep. So yeah, let's drop the link. Everybody, the link has been dropped. If you guys want to call in and let me know what you guys thought about the video, let me know what you guys thought about the reaction. I definitely want to hear from you because I think it's important today. Like we can keep on having conversations that women are terrible. Women are, and to some extent, if we're talking about behavior, the proof is in the pudding. Like, come on, we got to be honest about this. But I think in order to change this, we got to start dealing with the heart. And I'm not saying that all of this is related to mental health issues, but I am saying for every behavior, it stems from someplace. And I think until we address that, we're going to have cyclical conversations. All right. All right. What's being said? Brace Club says our people need assistance healing ASAP. 100% agree with that. Chaos Rain says, I like the new setup, Sir Hale Speaks. Appreciate it. We're going to spend some time on this. You know what I'm saying? Guys, so I listen. So, like, you know what's interesting about these kind of conversations is any grace given to either side is your pandering. Like, how do we get to the place as people where any form of understanding and empathy means, like, so I see women content creators who are talking about the issues of men, right? If that woman shows any care or respect for men, she's a pick-me. And that pick-me is a derogatory term, right? If men show empathy for women and their experiences, well, he's pandering. Guys, how do we get to the place where either side showing empathy for the other side means we're not being genuine or we're not being real? How did it get this bad? That's something I definitely want to hear from you guys on that. How do we get to this place where any understanding, any empathy, you know, any understanding of the other side's experience means that you're not being genuine and that you're pandering to that particular audience? I just want to know how we got here. Mr. He says, a salute to Dawn. It's good to see you in here. Hold on one second. She says, agree, you're talking right. And I saw another comment. Mr. He said, emotional video. When we have children, it's no longer about us. We gotta want to do better. Facts. Yes. Okay. We'll look. All right. So I see we've got a caller in here now. And ladies, listen. The goal of Sir Hale Speaks in 2024, I have an aggressive goal. But in order for our relationships to get better, ladies, listen to me carefully. In order for us to get better, we're going to have to talk to each other. And we can't talk for me to just hear your side. And I can't speak just for you to hear mine. There's got to be a goal. There's got to be a deep love and an aim that when we communicate, we're getting a chance to understand each other and our experiences without trying to say you're wrong for the way you see things and I'm wrong for the way I see things. In order for the community to get better, we got to be able to talk about some stuff. So ladies, I want you guys to call in as well. If you guys, the worst thing that you can do is have an issue with something that I'm saying and not honor me with the opportunity to talk with you so that we can discuss it. And most of the time what we do is we get issues. We never talk to the person we got the issue with. And we keep on cycling it. And then we spread those particular ideas to other people who see the world the way that we do, and it creates further division. So ladies, I want to hear from y'all as well. Don't be afraid to call in. But Lady Hale, let's bring up our first guest. Yeah. Chaos Rain is in the building. Chaos Rain, how are you?
How you doing, Sir Hale? It's been a long time, brother. It's been like months, brother. I was hoping that things are. I did email it to check on it, see okay, brother.
Yeah, but I appreciate you, man. It's been 4 months.
I mean, I like the setup. I like the setup now. You know, always change up a little bit. Because I don't want to go into the subject too much, because this is a very, very touchy subject, as you could tell. I've seen certain videos lately now of, you know, women are, you know, they're creating outlets now to, like, you know how we talk about the ratchet behavior and the behaviors you see on the media. They have some that they teach young girls to pole dance, and that's another story. But really, it's going to come to women to really address the real damage that they're doing, especially when they have daughters, that you're passing down more than just generational curse. You're passing down your reflection. Because what comes out of you is a reflection of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear this a lot of times with dudes talking about the problem is if you notice the history of the mother, you see the mother, you could tell where the daughter gets the behavior from. So the biggest question you ask yourself as a woman, what behaviors you really pass down to your own child? That would be the first start. Because if you don't know that, it's hard to go into what damage you could leave an impression to her as her development from young girl to young woman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be the first start, if anything I would give for general advice. I can't really go into deep, because I don't have daughters, but I have nieces and other relatives, and I've seen it now, and I have to sometimes have to be firm to a degree where, I don't check the behavior, but I always let them know, so there's certain things I do not allow.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Because they don't have no other presence, because the mothers today, they're not very firm in their job as to what woman you want to see your children become. That obviously that would be the greatest curse of all. And it's more than just poverty, it's everything. Behaviors, norms. So there we go.
So let me ask you a question, and let me get your thoughts on this. And Chad, this is for y'all as well. Like, we often say our kids get their behaviors from their parents. And of course, there's some truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
But if the parents got their behavior for somebody and their parents got their behavior for somebody, I really think it speaks to what you said before. We're just passing experience down. We're not teaching anything. We're not actively aware of what we're doing. And so we are, in fact, we're just passing down behaviors. And the only time we question them typically is when it's too late, when the damage has already been done. Do you see that?
I do see that. And I witnessed it firsthand. And it is very scary. But the only thing as a man is I have to be the reflection that if they're around my presence, I have to really, how can I say, correct it in a proper way where, not only it seems offensive, but I correct them where they know I'm not playing. You get me? Because
Absolutely.
They don't go by just your words no more. They have to see a sense of the actions. And that's how we'll move. Yeah, certain things you could tell them and it bothers them in their emotions, but really is what you actually do as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because words are meaningless now. I mean, you hear all the times, if that's what you want to hear, that a man could just tell you anything, sweetie. Same for your mother. Your mother could tell you anything. But what is she really doing action-wise? Because you see it. It's reflective because you are emulating that.
Well, let me say this, though. So I used to think that words were meaningless as well.
Yeah.
But words mean a whole lot. Like it's really not the words, it's really where those words come from. Like if you look at this clip that we reacted to, anybody could have said those things to her. I don't think if anybody else saying it would have mattered as much as when her mother said those words.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So words do matter. And I think we got to get some respect to it so that we govern what we say and we don't speak when we are angry.
Yes, I agree. I
Makes
agree.
sense?
I agree.
Well, listen, Chaos, man, it's good to see you, brother.
It's good to see you. I was hoping that, maybe you were just doing some things, but I noticed you got the website now, which is good. I don't know if you're on Locals, but this is the personal website. That's good. And this is your actual website you built. That's perfect. That's the best route to take. I'm not saying nothing wrong with third party, but let's be honest. You want all of it to come to you.
I want all of it.
You want all of it. So somebody blame us. What? You ain't getting this. I want all. I'm the man. I create this is mine right here.
You know what I'm talking about. Gotta beat your chest a little bit. Listen,
beat your chest.
My wife she's gonna put some details in the comments. Be sure to sign up for all of the stuff that we have coming up. I definitely want to stay.
It's like a mailing list because I'll sign up for the mailing list. Yeah, because I have your email already, and the email is actually a mailing list if you know how to use it properly. Because there's many outlets, but I'll look into it, and if I don't really hit for it, I'll hit it eventually. You get me?
Oh yeah, I'll hit you up to that.
Right now, you know what I'm saying? But it's good seeing you, brother. Thank you for having me. I appreciate
everybody up. Everybody show some love for Chaos Rain in the building. Appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you. I'll be gone. Thank you.
Yeah, really, really dope. Guys, I really appreciate you guys calling in. Really good stuff. Guys, everybody has a heart. Like particularly in the Black culture, and I would even venture to say American culture, we don't talk about compassion and understanding folks. Is like, give me what I want, and if you can't give me what I want, then you a problem. And we have no concept that people have to grow. And so ladies, if you're on here, I definitely want to hear from you as well. What did you guys think about what we talked about today? Have you dealt with that before? And if so, what was your process of recovering from something like that? Gentlemen, you're welcome to call in as well. I'll probably be on for another 10 minutes or so, but I definitely want to hear from everyone who wants to come up here and say something as well. Again, this particular reaction is different from what I normally talk about, but you guys are going to see on my page, there's going to be a range of topics because I think we have to. So we've talked about relationships a lot, and that's my focus, but there are elements that contribute to the success or demise of a relationship, and we've got to explore those things as well. All right. Salute to Ron Alexander in the building. It's good to see you. Glad that you're here. Did I miss anybody in the chat? Have I shown up to everybody? Red Lipstick Vibes is in the building. It's good to see you. Yep. Just said Ron Alexander. And Mills, it's good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you here. Don says, and salute to Don. She does a show on one of my loves on her page on Bravo with Sheila network. Love that network, guys. If you haven't subscribed, you got to do that. Don has a show on that network, and you guys, it's something that I encourage everybody to go view. Great conversation, very well rounded. I mean, intelligent. She says we definitely have heart issues that need healing, so we can stop transferring the bleeding to other generations. This comment is everything. I think this speaks to the heart of what we're talking about, right? We got stuff going on here, and in our consumer-driven culture, we think that the more we buy, the more successful we become, the better it is. Like things, listen, external things can't fix internal problems. It can mask it and make you feel good for a moment, but we have to deal with the heart issues. Thank you, Don. I really appreciate that. That's a very accurate comment. All right, did I miss anybody today? Okay, good. Well, everybody, I'm going to end the show here. You guys stay tuned. I've got some clips that are going to be dropping soon, some reactions to some things. I want to give a shout out to Mr. He Said and Mr. She Said. Salute to them on conscious parenting. I think it's a fantastic job that they're doing over there, promoting health in terms of the way that we raise our children. I was listening to a stream driving yesterday, and I think Mr. C said, she said something to the extent that when she was younger, there was a certain way she said certain things. And her husband, they talk and they figure out better ways to communicate. The fact that that mindfulness is there to observe the way you are raising your kids and to have a desire to get better, I think every parent should take a note from that playbook, because we want to raise healthy children. Okay? So salute to them and to everybody who's in here with the channel. If you guys have a channel, moderators, please take some time and drop their channels in the chat. Again, I think we're going to hit 53,000 subscribers probably this week. And as we go up, we want everybody connected to us to go up as well. So salute to you. Much love, everybody. If you guys enjoyed this stream, hit the like button. Make sure you share and tell somebody else to join in as well. I'm sending prayers for every daughter who's been damaged. Now let's, after all the show is done, I'm sending prayers for you. I hope that your heart heals, and I hope that you allow yourself to heal before you jump into a relationship or a marriage. I really hope that you really deal with the core and don't try to fill it up with success and with money. Really deal with that so you can love from a healthy place. All right, much love, everybody. Until next time, Sir Hale Speaks. We're out the building. Stay connected to our page. We got some great things coming up. I'll talk with you guys again soon. Peace.
너와 있을 때 I swear 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 그 children 꿈에도 I wasn't aware 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해 내 신감이 들어 간판이 태도 머릿속을 흔드는 ibuprofen 그만해 it's time to stop 승부욕을 자극하는 style yeah. 알면서도 마음이 자꾸 내게 가 안만 빠져버릴까 If you want me back I'll tell you I'm sorry If you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, yeah, you got me Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 Yeah, girl, you're cold-blooded Yeah, girl, you're cold-blooded Yeah, yeah, yeah Girl, you're cold-blooded Girl, you're cold-blooded I'm like frozen 뭐야 모든 stress은 gotta let it go 했어 속였던 dating 어플 다 깔아 또 보았어 반대가 끌린대 opposites attract Don't know about me and you yeah we fell into the cracks Yeah 깎고 너네 no cap 왜 나는 보여 what's happening 객관적일 수가 없이 이미 get white flag and wave it back Yeah I'm leaving back but 말은 don't 너만 보면 나도 내 맘 I don't know 이건 love a relationship 헷갈리기만 해 girl I'll tell you I'm sorry if you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, yeah, you got